Hello, I'm Carrie and I am back with another pick a card reading. And this time we are going to do a reading on career. This is going to be a little bit different though. This is not like what to do or anything like that. This is more like thinking about your career as a opportunity for you to basically learn things. I just recently did a reading on myself and I was just asking about my career and it was like, okay, so in the past you learned this, and present you're learning this, and next it's time for you to learn this. And I was like, oh, so my career is basically an opportunity for me to learn and grow and expand into a different version of myself. It's like the vehicle for me doing that, really? And with that new idea and concept of career, I wanted to do this career reading. And so I have three different piles. I've got the Light Seers Tarot, Angel Wisdom Tarot, and the Psychic Tarot for the Heart. So that's going to be pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. And basically the question we're going to answer is, what is the next lesson of your career? So you know how we begin, we're entry level, so we're just starting out, we're just learning the ropes. And then we're like mid-level, so we're getting a little bit more opportunity. And once we become a professional, we have even more opportunity to lead others, to teach others. Even above that, we may be able to run some stuff on our own, like be the one to call the shots. So those are the types of things that we're learning as we progress in our careers. And so I'm going to, in this reading, talk about the next thing that you'll be learning, like what's the next level for you. All right, let's get started with the reading. And thank you so much for being here. Hello, pile 1. These are your cards for your career, or what's next. What is the next lesson in your career reading? Love these cards. So first, let's just start here at the top. I kind of pulled give me more of a direct answer cards, and then I have clarifying cards. So we're just going to start here at the top. We have the Queen of Wands, the Magician, and the Emperor. So, pile 1, if I were to answer simply answer what's the next lesson in your career, this is going to be you want to be more of a leader. Like you want to figure out how to become that. And honestly, this is actually reminding me of the energy of you've grown up, your parents are you're still in your parents' house, but you're ready for independence. And your parents are like, no. It's kind of like that rebellious stage where you're just tired of being told what to do. And it's funny because when I was pulling these cards, shuffling and pulling them, I was hearing that song, Team. I think that's what it's called. Team by Lorde. The song Team by Lorde. Specifically the part where she says, I'm kind of over being told to put my hands up in the air. Like she says, yeah, I'm kind of over being told to put my hands up in the air. So there. I think that's how she says it. But it's like you've got all this energy. This is the Queen of Wands card, but look, she's literally being surrounded by candles. She is a flame. If you zoom out, you can see it looks like she's sitting in a chair, but that chair is flame shaped, pear shaped, tear shaped, like a flame. And she's got this wand in her hand. She's so powerful and magical on her own, but in her career, she's having to use that energy to do what other people want her to do. That's why she's I'm kind of over being told to put my hands up in the air. Literally has her hand in the air. I love it. And then we have the Magician. This person is mixing something, making something, creating something. Think about this woman who is so powerful and creative. She's literally the Queen of Wands, using this energy to create something on her own. And then we've got the Emperor. Sorry, I'm just putting these all close because I'm not really good with moving my camera around. Yeah, and then we have the Emperor here, who he's got the chess piece in his hand. He knows the strategy, he knows the direction. And so I'm getting two different scenarios here. This is pile number 1. Number 1s, I do believe, are going to be the leaders, right? So you're wanting to become more of a leader in your life. You want to call more of the shots. You want to be the one who does the strategizing and strategy. But you've been in this position of being told what to do for so long. So literally you could be like a child coming out of college, and maybe someone who's new on the team who is just basically being told what to do over and over and over again and told exactly how to do it, right? So you want some more autonomy for yourself. Or you could be someone who has been in your career for a very long time, and you've been in your same position for a while, and you've done all the things that they have told you to do. You've mastered that, but now you're ready for new responsibility. And even I'm going so far as to say, especially because this Queen of Wands has her own wand in her hand, you might even want to do your own thing. Like you might want to have your own business even. Because I see the Emperor with the chess piece. So it's like you've been in this industry for a while and you want to call the shots. Like you want to be the one who comes up with the strategy, who directs the way in which the company's going, or the way in which at least you are going. But you would need to be someone who has the ability to call the shots in that way. So you need to know, like, have the higher perspective, basically. Either or, if you're just starting out or if you've been there, either way, you're looking for more responsibility and the ability to call the shots and the ability to, like, direct your own energy. And it can be even more than your own energy. Again, if you've been in the industry for a while, you might even have some people who are under you, but you don't really get to say, like, the strategy. You just kind of maybe are the one who implements it. Because when I see this Queen of Wands, I'm seeing all these little flames. So you could be the, the boss. And then we have all of these small flames. So the people who report to you, you're also guiding the energy. But you're not getting to say exactly what it is that is done. You're just saying, hey, do this. But you don't get to choose the things that are being done, or even the strategy that's going about it. So maybe you see some things in your company or wherever you work that can be improved. But again, you don't get as much say as you would like. So that's where this Magician is coming in. And honestly, it is you. The next step for you is you changing your energy to be able to be more of this Emperor. Like you've got all this excitement energy, you got all this like spontaneity. So I'm thinking of someone who is a motivator. Like if you're a manager over a team, you're the one who motivates them, who gets them going in the day. Even if you're like a teacher, you could also motivate your students, right? But there's always a curriculum that you're being told to teach. You want to be the one who designs that curriculum. You want to be the one who motivates people for the specific reason. You want to choose the reason that people are being motivated for, not just being the one who says do it because our boss says. Like, no, do this because these reasons, because this is the new direction we're going in, because I am the one who got to choose this, and this is important to me. This speaks to my heart and my mind. So Power One, that is what you're going through. Like you want to be the big baller shot caller. The Emperor is what you're looking to go towards. And it's interesting because it doesn't really matter what level you are. If you're just starting out, if you've been there, like this is an energy that we all are going to have to overcome. If we ever do want to be a boss or a leader, we're going to have to change our energy to be more boss or leadership like. And I believe that's what these clarifying cards are going to tell us about. So let's get into it. We've got the Two of Pentacles and the Devil. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move these up and see if we can zoom in a little bit more. So we're kind of done with those. Not done, but we don't need to see them so closely. Come closer. Yes. Okay, back a little bit. Perfection. Okay. So we got the Two of Pentacles, the Star, the Eight of Wands, and the Hermit card. Let's start over here with the Two of Pentacles, which is being clarified by the Devil. I love the Devil. That's Capricorn's card. You know, Capricorn's all about money, and we've got that clarifying the Two of Pentacles. So if you literally like zoom in on this Devil card, you see this man. He's got the strings. He's got the control over this person. And when we think of the Devil, especially in Tarot, is the things that we are attached to. And because we are specifically talking about career, it's got to be money. It doesn't have to be, but that's just what I'm feeling. So we have the Two of Pentacles being clarified by the Devil, and I really just feel like this person trying to juggle their money with their ideas, their own creative ideas. Like this purse, it's literally a purse. And then this thing up in the sky, the way that this string is tied around it, it kind of reminds me of a planet, like Saturn. But to be honest with you, because I'm seeing this balance, I'm thinking of as above, so below. It's like you want your ideas that you have in your mind or your vision of the world to be implemented in your real life. But you also need to balance this money. Like you need to be able to make money off of the things and the ideas that you have. Like say again, that you want to create something new in your career or at work, or if you're wanting to work for yourself. You have these ideas, but they aren't grounded just yet. you're working on grounding them. You're working on getting them implemented into whatever is already going on at work, or say what you want to get them implemented into the real world, as in you have your own ideas of what you want to do in life, like your own business, but it's not physically present yet, like it's not grounded yet. And so that's what I'm seeing here, is like trying to create that balance of having your own business or your own ideas and still needing to show up for this job or your career, or like still needing to make money basically. So that's what the devil is here for. It's like this influence is big on you, because in this life we need to like pay our bills. We need to have like financial stability and security, and you're wanting to figure out how you can bring these new things. Like how you bring these new things into the mix so that you're still financially secure and stable, but you're now able to like be the boss and the creator in your life. So it's like a balance. You're trying to like juggle these things, which I'm seeing here from the Two of Pentacles. It's like, I got these ideas, but there's also this need to be able to pay my bills. There's also this need to be able to fit in at work still. There's this need to, play the game and, do that, like whatever your work requires, like whatever has, I won't even say has control over you, but these are kind of like the rules of the game that we're playing, like the rules of, like say you work for a union, like those types of rules, or say you work for, a place that will not allow you to work anywhere else, but somewhere else is what you'd like to work because they have more, what is it called, a no compete clause. This other place has more of the things that you want, but because you have this other contract going on, you cannot work in this other place, but this is where you want to move to. So you will need to end that before you can start this new thing. But like there's this thought of like trying to balance them out before you move forward and you get started. And then we see the Star and the Two of Wands. I love the Star card because, especially in this deck, it's all about, to me, wishing upon a star. The Star is mostly, in tarot, it's going to be about healing. It's going to be about, like, healing after the Tower has happened. So after a major ending has happened. But to be honest, in this instance especially, I see the Star as like a wish that you're making. It's like a desire that you have. Something that you want, which is really, really going towards this Magician card. It's like there's something that I want out there, something I want to create, something I want to make, something I want to see in this actual real world. But because I have not been in this Emperor position yet, I don't really know how to make it come into fruition. It's kind of like the energy of like wishing or hoping, like, will they allow me to do this? How can I make this done? But because, again, this is a new direction in your career, let's say, like what's next, the next lesson in your career, this is going to be you breaking free of those rules and regulations, like the allowment. Like nobody's allowing you to do anything. You're going to do it. Like you don't allow the Emperor to run his empire. The Emperor runs it because he's got that energy. Like he's got the energy, like you do what he says. He's the Emperor. It's a whole different energy than being someone who has all this energy and who's like running to and fro and doing this and that. No, the Emperor, people run to and fro for him. So it's a different way of thinking. And this is you kind of like contemplating and figuring out how to do that. Wishing upon the Star, but also it's a energy change after the Tower has happened. So in this instance, I would assume that the Tower is going to be you having this idea, this new mindset change that you want to do it. So it's like the desire. Before you had that desire, you were content with doing, being like putting your hands up in the air as you were told, with doing what you were told. But now you're no longer content with that. So that's the Tower. That's the change that has come about. And so now the Star in the healing part of it is going to be you figuring out how to attune your energy to this new Emperor energy. Like, how do I do it? How do I create this in this way? What are the steps that I need to take? What am I missing? What is it that I need within myself? And again, it's not about anybody else allowing you. It's all about you going and taking it for yourself, because we're talking about the Emperor. The Emperor is not really listening to nobody else. This is my empire. This is how I say it goes. Type energy. And we got the Eight of Wands and the Four of Cups. Again, the energy of contemplation. Eight of Wands. It's like fast movement. I think in the normal tarot, you just literally see wands flying across the card. With this one, you see them in the air, and it's really reminding me of directions, instructions. It's like, this is how it's done. Do it like that. And da-da-da-da. Like somebody else waving the wand and you doing the thing that they say. And you look at this Four of Cups that's clarifying the Eight of Wands. And this lady, it's funny. It's like, I've had enough. Imagine these bowls having food in them, and she's eating 3 bowls already. She does not want this fourth bowl. She's like, I've had enough of this. I am full already. I don't want it anymore. I have had enough. I'm ready for something different. But I don't know. I'm looking at this bowl, and inside of it has got... It's very colorful. It's beautiful. It's like if she eats this bowl, then her whole life is going to change. You see how to the left of this card is kind of like the normal colors. Like the normal sky is colored this way normally. The grass is green normally. This tree is green. But inside of this bowl is a whole bunch of colors. It's different. If she eats this bowl, then maybe her outlook will look different. And this bowl is being offered by a hand that's coming out up here, which is very interesting. Very interesting. You know, it's funny because I'm thinking about this as when I was looking at these cards on the top, the Queen, the Magician, and the Queen of Wands, the Magician, and the Emperor. I was wondering with this Magician card, because it kind of looks like two things are coming together in his hands, if the Emperor was somebody like a mentor. And when I see this Four of Cups and somebody offering this colorful bowl, I wonder if it's also like a mentor. But I'm also wondering if it's like another bowl of BS, you know? So sometimes in your career, like you've been told to do this, and this is the next step, and this is how you're supposed to do it. And this is, you know, like your boss, your peers, your mentors telling you what all you need to do to get to the next level, and you got to achieve this, you got to do this many things, you got to sign this many people, and then you need to make sure you go to these types of meetings, and you write these papers, and you get recognized in these places. And it's like you may have done all of that, and they're telling you another thing to do, like, once you do this, once you take this position and manage this many people, then you'll for sure get the position that you've always wanted. You just got to play this game and walk this line. And I don't know, I'm kind of getting the energy of you like turning your back on your mentors or whoever it is that's been like guiding you and saying, no, like you keep giving me these bowls and telling me that they're going to be good for me. And I'm like, I'm sick of it. I'm full. I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it. You're tired of being told to put your hands up in the air. Like, stop telling me what to do, basically. And now we've got the Hermit and the Two of Swords. If you look at this card, especially at this distance, maybe, I'm not sure, I'm not looking on a computer screen, I'm just looking at my camera screen. It looks like this person is up in the middle of the air. It looks like they are somewhere isolated by themselves, literally floating in thin air. But if you look at this card closer, this person is actually up on the top of a mountain. You just can't see it because it's kind of like in the clouds because they're so high up. It's like the Hermit, they have this whole different perspective because they've gone and traveled on this path, all on their lonesome. And it's going to be a path that is not well traveled because it's a perspective. It's not a path that everyone takes, basically. So you don't really know what's up there. And I think that's why this card is showing us that this person's, it kind of seems like they're floating in thin air, because if you're not up there, you don't have the perspective to see what it is that they have done to get in that position. You can only see that they're up high, but you don't see like all the surroundings, like, oh wait, no, they had to climb all this rock. Like, you don't understand what they had to do to get there. It looks like they just got there. They floated up there, basically. They have a whole different perspective. That's the only thing you can see, but you don't understand how they got there. Do you understand what I'm trying to say here? The Hermit card, this is talking about the pathway for you to get to what you want, which is the Emperor. How can you get into this Emperor energy? You're going to have to take this trip and become the Hermit, basically. You don't know what it is like to be an Emperor yet. I was just saying, like, you either, you know, are just starting out in your industry and people keep telling you what to do, but you think you know better, or you've been there for a long time and you're ready for that leadership position, but again, people keep telling you what to do and you feel like, no, I can do it better. There is a shift that still needs to happen within yourself, like this perspective that you need to get, which it doesn't come from other people giving you roles and telling you that you're good enough for it. Like, it has nothing to do with anyone else. It has to do with you and yourself, like going on this journey within yourself and getting this perspective. Like, you basically have to become the Emperor on the inside energetically. And I say become as if you're not already the Emperor, but you have to like vibrate in that energy. If you're tired of people telling you what to do, then you don't have to do it. You know what I mean? Like, if you were the Emperor, like think as the Emperor. It basically is the advice here, is what I'm saying. The Hermit's being clarified by the Two of Swords. So this is this is about that perspective that you're trying to get. This lady's eyes are covered. She doesn't see. She sees people attacking her, but she just really doesn't understand what's going on there. And I think if you had that higher perspective as a hermit, you wouldn't assume that these people are telling you what to do or blah blah blah. I feel like you would see that you're doing what people are telling you to do, and you're not going off on your own, and you're not taking those risks. You're not standing up for yourself. Like, the only person that can make you do anything is you. Other people, they can talk and they can ask, they can request, but you're the only one who is going to put the work in. So in the next step in your career is you're going to figure out and realize how powerful you are. Because look at this woman. She's got all the power. She's the Queen of Wands. This is how you're showing up here. Not only are you just pure fire energy, but looks like you have lots of resources as well. This can be other people, again, if you're managing them, or this can just be your resourcefulness as a human. Like, you just know how to make stuff happen, get things done. You got this wand, like you're in control. You can conduct, and you've got a lot of energy. Like, you're able to really, really get stuff done, put energy and effort into it. So any product that you complete and finish is not going to be like, it's not just going to be any kind of product. It's going to be a beautifully well thought out, well executed product, is what I'm saying. So in order for you to get here on this next step to be the emperor, it's a mindset change that you're going to need to gain within yourself. And honestly, I think if you study emperors and understand, and I say emperors is an archetype. So if you study people who are in the position in which you'd like to be in and got this higher perspective like that, like they have, by understanding, it's just something that you don't understand. And it's like, enlightenment is here for you. All you need to do is sit like this person and observe and understand. You might not be at the top of this mountain yet. You might be down here, but you just have to keep walking until you get up there. And to me, I really do feel like this is a mindset change. It's not anything to do with your ability. It's not anything to do with whether or not you've been there long enough or worked hard enough. It has to do with the way that you act and whether or not you are vibrating at the proper energy to be the emperor. So this is if you want to take new positions at work, or if you want to create your own business, like either or. This has to do with your mindset and the way that you're behaving. You've got all the energy here. You even have like the magical, like the manifestation power to do this thing. But in order for you to manifest something that is for you, you need to be in that energy, that vibration. I hope this is making sense to you. Just keep on going back to that song by Lorde. I'm kind of tired of being told to put my hands up in the air. This is like, I'm frustrated, I'm tired, I'm sick of this. But where's the action? Where is the no, I won't do what you say? Where is the standing up for yourself? Even if it's in a large corporation, you guys have lots of rules and regulations. There are ways around it. Try to understand and see what others have done before you. But also, because you're being tired of being told what to do, ask yourself how you would do this. How would I do that? And try to propose different methods of doing things. And, really, because you are the Queen of Wands. So your proposals can't just be, you guys, I think we should. No, they have to come stronger than that, because you have more ability than that. Like, how can you get things done? Like, there's always a way. There's always going to be a way. If you don't feel like you're being listened to, if you don't feel like your voice is being heard, or if the things that you contribute are not important, like, there is always a way to get things done. And if you're the emperor, you're not really letting anything stop you from getting them done. And so it is a challenge. And underneath the bottom of the deck, we see this strength. It might take you some strength. You might have to like break some rules. You might have to like bust some walls down. I don't know. I'm not sure what it is that you're going up against in your career, but in this position, like, it's not something that's going to be given to you or told, hey, good job. You've been doing such a good job. We're just going to give this to you. It's kind of like the energy of you taking it for yourself. Hopefully this resonates with you, Pile 1, and what you feel is coming up next. I just feel that you're tired of what you've been given, and now it's time for you to go take something and see that you do have the ability to do it, but I'm trying to understand how. How can you get there? How can you get to the top? How can you see that higher perspective and become this emperor that is able to make these moves? Who has the chess pieces in their hands? How can you do it? There's always a way. But it's up to you to discover it. All right, Pile 1, I'm going to move on to Pile 2. Okay, Pile 2, this is your reading. This is your reading for what is the next lesson you're learning in your career. And this one's pretty fun. I like it. So let's just start with these three cards on top. We have the Six of Cups, the Two of Swords, and the Seven of Swords. This is about you making a decision. So fun. Okay. So what's next in your career? Like, what's the next lesson you're learning is that you are wanting to basically align more with your own truth, like the things that you're passionate about. We got this Six of Cups here, and oh my God, this is reminding me of me and my story. So I'm just going to say a little bit of it. When I was younger, my parents really pushed me into going into the STEM fields, science, technology, engineering, and math, because those fields are you can make a lot of money in those fields. My parents believed that I would have a better future if I went into those industries, because being like an engineer or like a doctor or some kind of a scientist, to them that was like gonna set me up for life. So I would be good. I would be able to be financially independent and not have to worry about anything. But as I got older and got further into those industries, I honestly did not like it at all. It just wasn't for me. I'm actually more of a artistic girly. And I like people more. I don't, I am an introvert, but I do like to be around people and talk to people. And as a scientist, I wasn't really able to do a lot of those things. And people I did talk to, we just didn't have a lot in common. So I had to go on my own journey to figure out what it is that I actually wanted to do. And I had to when you are going against yourself and doing things that you don't really like to do, you kind of lie to yourself and say, I don't really like that anyway. No, I don't really like artsy things. I'm not into tarot. That's crazy. You kind of say those things to yourself, and that's what has to go. So that's what I'm seeing in these cards. Like, you have to push those lies away from you. Like, that's not really what you believe. That's just what you were saying to yourself to make it through. But truth is, I love artsy stuff. I'm such an artsy girly. I'm not as much of a scientist as I thought. I mean, I am a scientist, but that's not my life. That's not my passion. So if we look at these top three cards, we have the Six of Cups. This is all about nostalgia, childhood. So literally, just like me, if you were brought up to believe that certain industries or certain things, like that is the epitome of being an adult, you need to be a lawyer, or you need to be a doctor, you need to be in healthcare. Like, those things were likely told to you as a child. Like, those are things that you've taken in as a child. Like, you see, it's like the priest is marrying them. Like, this is what is true for you, what is real for you, what reality is for you. But at the same time, within you, there's this conflict. It's like, which way do I go? Do I go in the way of my passions or in the way of what is true or real, as I was taught as a child? Like, I was taught this ages ago. How can this not be true? And so there's this decision that needs to be made, but also I need, you see the veil over her eyes. Also, I need to take the veil over your eyes. And that's what I was mentioning when I was saying all the lies that you tell yourself to keep yourself in that little box. It's like, no, no, no. Science, I love it. Art, terrible. No, I don't like that. I'm no good at it. That's why I don't like it. Like all those little excuses that you came up with for you to stay inside of your box that your parents made for you, or whoever. This is so many different scenarios. I'm just telling you about my personal experience. But all the lies that you told yourself, it's like you need to take off the veil, take down the swords, and really see the truth. And in that case, there's a decision that you need to make. Stay on this same path or go your own way. And it's funny because I rarely see this card as you going your own way. But look at these people, very comfortable at the campfire. Like, they chilling. Meanwhile, this person is taking all these swords and getting out of there, skedaddling. Running away, going their own way. And I just really feel like this is you taking all of those lies, taking all those thoughts with you. Like the things like, oh, I'm not good enough, or yeah, I'm not good at art, that's why I'm not going to do it, or this isn't for me, or actually I like this. It's like you're taking those lies with you and you're going to go figure out the truth. What the truth is for you. But it can be the lies that were told to you by all these people. And I say lies very loosely because they could be real to those people. But for you in particular, it is a lie. And so you're taking that information that you were given and you're going to go figure out the truth of it. Like, straighten it out, iron it out. Like, okay, am I good at this? Is a STEM field the only field that's going to bring me financial success Is it going to make me happy? What makes me happy actually? Am I bad at art? Am I, there's all these questions that need to be answered. And that's what I see coming up here. But if you are at the point right now in which you're making the decision, do I stay or do I go? Like, do I do this thing that I'm actually, I'm stable in, I'm good enough at it, I've got all the experience, I've got all the certifications or whatever it is that you need. I've got the things, I've walked the path, but there's something missing. There's something that's making me unhappy. There's something I'm hiding from myself. There's a part of myself that's not fully realized here in this reality. So what can I do? I can go and see what the truth is. But I don't know if you can see this card. There's a little bit of angst, anxiety. There's deception, fear. Like, there's all kinds of energies in this card. And so it's not, I won't say it won't be an easy road, because it might be easy. It's just not going to be comfortable, is what I'm saying. There's some uncomfortable truths to look at. It could be easy though. Sometimes doing something that people deem as hard is actually the easiest choice to make, because it's like, what else am I going to do? Where else am I going to go? If I go over here, it's going to be fun. But I'm going to have to let go of this other stuff. I'm going to have to depart from what was told for me all of my life, from what these people believe. And in that departing, there can be some angst, because the people might not support me, or they might not be okay with it, or, I might be shaking things up. So it's not really, the transition might not be easy, but it might be easy for me to do. Hopefully that makes sense to you. Okay, so now let's get down into the clarification cards that I picked out. But you got a decision to make on your next part of the journey, but it seems to like it's to do with your happiness. I just want to zoom in here so we can see these cards a little bit better. Okay, so we've got Awakening, which is the Hangman. We've got the Ten of Cups, the World, and the Three of Cups. I love it. It's all about a transition. So when I was saying to you, you may have thought or assumed that the thing that you were doing was your thing, and now you are not so sure and so clear, and there's like a journey that you want to go on. There's a figuring out of the truth that you want to do. That's what I see here in these cards, Awakening and the Eight of Swords. So because it's already over here in the left side, I'm feeling like this is going to be past energy. So this has already happened to you. Like, something has awakened you. You could have gone to a seminar. You could have watched a video. You could have met somebody who talked about this thing, or you could have just known for yourself and maybe tried it out a little bit. And you're like, oh my God, I want to pursue this thing. This thing is so interesting to me. I really like this thing. I'm interested in it. I want to do more. But in order for me to do that, I would have to take a departure from this life that I've already been living, this thing I've already been doing. And because we're talking about career, it's going to be like this career I've already invested this time into. But again, this is the Hangman card. But Awakening, like, you've kind of seen a new way that you can do things, a new way of being, and you're curious about it, but it's up to you to make that decision. And look at this. There's these two roads. Which road do you take? What do you do? That's this Two of Swords. It's like there's a decision that needs to be made, but now you have a desire. There's desire within you, and you're interested in seeing how that other road is. I'm already on this other road. I've gone a ways down it, but I'm gonna go actually cut across to this other road and see what's up there. Like, that is what you are interested in doing. And if you're resonating with this reading, that's going to be your next step to see what that other road is talking about. Let me see what this other road is about. This is the Eight of Swords. It looks like the garden and the gate. She's taking off her blindfold. She's walking through this gate. She has her sword too, so she's not going fully blind, unprepared, but it's like, okay, it's time for me to go and see what's on this next side. I thought that I was stuck here in this current career, this current thing that I've been doing. I thought that I couldn't, switch it up. Maybe I thought I was too old, or I thought that I didn't have the qualifications, or I got a family to take care of. How can I do this? Like, you were thinking that before, but now you're deciding and choosing to remove that blindfold and see the truth is that you can do whatever you want, because it's you. You are a human being who has your own, like, you are in control of yourself. There's nobody who can tell you what to do. You have your own thoughts and desires, and you are choosing to go after them instead of doing the same old thing that you were told from a child. That's what you need to do. Get a good job and stay there and retire there, because you're going to make, this much money. You're going to have, and being loyal is great. And like all those ideas that they give you when you're younger and they tell you what's best for you, but you're actually realizing what really and truly is best for you. Okay, so now we've got the 10 of Cups and the 7 of Wands. 10 of Cups is about your happiness. It's like, they say it's an emotional high, but actually I don't really see that in this card. I kind of see this as like, this is what you're going for. You want everything. Remember they say you can't have it all sometimes, or you can have it all. This is about the having it all. Like this is what it all is to me. I want to have a job that I'm excited about. I want to have my family together. I want to have my house. Like I want it all. And it's like you're discovering what all of those things are to you. This is the 7 of Wands, and this card literally says stand up for yourself and your beliefs, have confidence, challenge those in power, but also choose your battles wisely. And to me, this card, especially coming out like this, is talking about you knowing what it is that you want. Say stand up for yourself and have confidence. The things that you always been wanting, but you never thought could like be a part of your life. Those are the things that you're going to be standing up for now. So you're going to make sure and ensure that they are a part of your life, because you're going to make them a part of your life, because you now know and understand that you have the power to make that happen. If you can make something happen that you don't even really want, then you know if you really, really want something, you're going to be able to make that happen, because you're going to put in the work. You're going to put it in even harder than you did to get the things that you don't even want. Hopefully that's making sense. It's like, if you could do all this, if you could do this whole other career that you don't even like, what can you do with something that you do like? You know, if you really want to show up and be there and you know, put the work in and learn all the things, and like, even if you have to start over from scratch and go back to school, like, this is what you want. You standing up for that and putting your energy and confidence into that is going to lead you to exactly where you want to go. Because look, you've done it for something you don't even like that much. It was cool, but I don't even like it like that, you know? Then we have the World and the Queen of Swords. This is about you starting over. This is the last card in the major. Uh-oh, I'm dropping it. This is the last card in the major arcana. So it's like, boom, world opened up. It's a new beginning. You now have that opportunity to start over again, but instead of someone else being in charge, you are in control. Queen of Swords, she's directing the path. This is the way we're going to go. We're going to go this way. And I dare you to tell me different. She got her sword poised and ready. If you say you should be doing this, you should be doing that, what about your kids? You too old. Like, she's got answers. Like, she ain't playing. She's about to cut it down. It's also giving me the energy of Archangel Michael. So if you pray to Archangel Michael, then definitely showing up here for you, removing those blockages, removing those ideas that people have told you, which is what I'm seeing here. All of those ideas people told you can do it. Sorry, you can't do it. You shouldn't do it. Why would you do this? It's kind of helping you remove those swords, because you now have a new direction. You're turning the page in your book and you're starting over and you're directing yourself. It's like, I know I did this thing. I know how this thing goes. I know the pathway to get there. I know what all I had to do for this other thing. It is not going to be so different for this thing. And actually, I already have some of the skills and abilities that I need. If not, you know, for example, for me, if I don't know how to paint yet, I do know how to learn how to paint. I do know how to go to school. I do know how to ask for help. I do know how to pick up a book, look at a tutorial. I do know how to do that. So I'm not completely lost. I'm not starting completely over. I'm just going to put my energy into a different thing. I'm going to apply it differently, but it's the same energy. I'm just going to apply it in a different way, like to a different medium, let's say. And then we've got this 3 of Cups clarified by the Page of Cups. I love it. You and your new beginning, it's like you're going to realign your life with the things that you're really, really passionate about. I see you meeting up with people that are in alignment with you. I see you, think about like recreating your life in a way that is more sustainable and more enjoyable for you. And this is you doing that, and you having a good old time while doing it. So much so that you're able to like finally, look at this Page of Cups. She's a very sensitive person. Like, there's things and aspects of you and parts of you that haven't even been able to be expressed. Like, literally those parts that you've been too shy to put out there because they didn't really fit into your old life. And so you were too shy and embarrassed to let those parts out. I know for me, especially when it comes to tarot, I would have, in my old life, let's say, I would have never told anybody I'm into tarot. I would not be comfortable doing readings online. I would not do personal readings for my friends and whatnot, or people who come to me. I would not have a YouTube channel with my, saying, hi, I'm Carrie, and putting it out there that I read tarot, because that was like such a private and personal part of me that I was too afraid to show off and allow people to see, because it didn't fit into that scientific, like, what is a scientist doing tarot? That's what I thought that people would say. And now I'm like, a scientist doing tarot is freaking perfect, because I understand tarot so much better, and I understand like science is not exact. It's really a process of learning. If you think about science, like in its base, is us learning how to understand things. We're just using numbers and whatnot. Like, this is me doing science, but I'm not using numbers. I'm using other things to understand it. And so now I am feeling more confident to let that part of me out. And I feel like once you realign your life, those things that you were so sensitive about and really kept to yourself, you're finally going to be able to let them go. So I'm even thinking about the energy of being a musician. And I know so many people who are singers, but they're afraid to sing in front of other people because, you know, they've been told that they couldn't sing before or whatever. Like, whatever people say to you when you're young, like, oh, you're not that good of a singer. You would never make it on your own. And then you finally getting out there and deciding to try for yourself and deciding to like put in the work to practice to become better. Like, maybe at this point in time I couldn't make it on my own, but look at now. Look at all this work that I put in. Look at all these things that I have learned, these techniques that I've decided to employ, understanding better how my own voice works, so that now when I sing, I sound so much better. And it's crazy because it might not even be the need of you sounding better, but the confidence in which you had in yourself and the way you portray yourself and put yourself out there. Because sometimes the singers are not the best singers in the world. It's just the way and the confidence and the way that they put it all together, like the way that you create the song, the way that you sing it, the little riffs that you put into it, the play on words that you add. Like, it's not gonna be like, you're not gonna be the best. I mean, maybe you are, but I'm just saying it's gonna be in the way in which you do it that makes the difference. Not like, I'm the best singer in the world, but how are you gonna do it? It's gonna be a way in which makes you happy. That's the way that's gonna make you successful. Not someone else's version of success, but your own version of success is gonna make you successful as a singer. Maybe this person wants you to be Michael Jackson, and really what you want to do is you want to sing songs to people who want to hear them. You don't have to sing them to the entire world and be the most famous singer out there that to which you can't even walk outside without people bum rushing you. But you want to be somebody who sings songs that bring people joy. That is success for you, not being the most popular singer in the world. Do you understand what I mean? Like, there's going to be a difference there, and that's going to lead and guide the way in which you go about things. But again, those parts of you are going to come out. Those sensitive parts, those parts that you were hiding or didn't feel like belonged. And again, I won't say that it's going to be easy, but it might be. I don't know. There's just going to be a need for some mix-up, shake-up in your life. And it's going to come in this type of energy. So that is what is next for you in your career. It looks like you're exploring different aspects of yourself, places or parts of yourself that you haven't gotten a chance to explore in your career. And so you're going to start over. It's going to be very exciting. Okay, pile 2. I'm going to move on to pile 3. Hello, pile 3. This is your reading for what is the next lesson in your career. Okay, pile 3. This is interesting. So I just want to say before I get started, I feel like either this is your energy or someone around you, like your boss or your people who are leaders in your career already, because this is definitely boss energy, but it could be someone around you as well, because I am some sort of seeing like an observer from an observer position. So this might be something that's happening around you for you, or this could be what you're doing yourself. So I'm going to speak from the position of you yourself doing these things, but just know it could also be from observer position, someone you're observing around you who might be making these changes. All right, let's get started. So on the top row I have like basically the answer. What is the next lesson you're learning in your career? So I'm going to go over these first. We've got Blossom, Clarity of Belief, which is the Ace of Swords, and then the Crown Chakra, 7th chakra. Love this. So this is about, like, again, it's all about boss energy. Look at Blossom. This person has the power in their hands. They have the ability to choose, to create, to direct the energy. This in tarot is actually the Judgment card. So this is Major Arcana card, Judgment. But honestly, look at it. It's like this person has the power in their hands. They have the power to create, to reject, to build it, to take it down. Like they got the whole world. I don't know. It just pops in my hands. But they're the leader. They're the ones who are in control at your work. So You may have been in this industry for a while. Even this is number 20, so it could be 20 years. You're the one who is calling the shots, who is making the changes. But you might right now it's like an energy of you imparting the information that you have within yourself to other people. So clarity of belief. This is so funny. Like if you go back and look at pile one, this to me is gonna be what pile one wishes. What they wish would happen. I don't know. I just know this pile three and pile one are related. And sorry, it's hard for me to think about pile one when I'm on pile three. But go back and watch pile one if you're interested to see the like connection between the two. But clarity of belief, like this is you taking all of the information that you've gathered over the years and imparting it to your team, to your group, to whomever it is that you are working over. So if you're a manager, your employees, or if you're a boss, your employees, or even if you're a boss, you might be going down to the managers and imparting this information. So it's like you taking your beliefs, the things that you hold close to your heart, the things that basically run the pillars of your business, and you're imparting them until the next generation. Or there is a need for you to do this. That's the next step for you. So you might even be getting ready to retire, but maybe not even that. You just really want them to understand why. The whys behind why we're doing what we're doing. We're not just out here clicking buttons. Like there's a reason, there's a purpose for everything. Like there's underlying meanings here. You guys are only looking at the surface level stuff, but it's deeper than that. Like this is the type of stuff that you want to teach them. And that's why I see crown chakra here. Like you really want to, this is your crown chakra, so the top of your head, this is the type of stuff that is leading you and guiding you. Like if you are a pastor, this would be the things that you are receiving from God. But because, you know, you might be in a work setting, you might not be talking about God at all, but it's literally going to be the things that lead and guide you to make the decisions that you make. This is why we're doing this again. And I really am getting the energy of you like really trying to impart this to people who don't really seem to understand or even to have an interest in what the whys behind things. They just out here doing stuff and they're not really putting any thought into it. Like, oh, I'm just gonna click this button, I'm gonna do it like this, I'm just gonna like, no, there's a purpose, there's a reason why, there's a method to the madness. We're not just out here doing things. You need to understand what like the true energy of the situation, like the true meaning behind what we're doing. It's not just because. It's for our clients, it's for our reputation, it's for like whatever it's for. I'm not sure what industry you're in. Also, when I was doing this reading, I was hearing in my head the song Grenade by Bruno Mars. Specifically when he says, easy come, easy go, that's just how you live. Oh, take it all, but you never give. Should have known you were trouble from the first kids. Had your eyes wide open. Anyway, this song, the energy of that song is like basically bitter because I'm out here catching grenades for you. I'm out here putting my all into this relationship and you don't even care. Like you could just leave it tomorrow. Like you're not even committed like I'm committed. Like you're not into it like I'm into it. And I just really get the energy of like someone who feels like they're in it by themselves. That they're putting all the work in by themselves. And because I feel that and see that and look at these cards and see clarity of belief as like the middle card, this is like a need for you to get everybody on your team on the same page so that you don't feel like you're alone in this. Like you don't feel like you're the only one pushing things forward and kind of helping your team see the bigger picture and why it is that you're doing what you do. Why is the company like this? Why do we operate like this? Why is it that we're serving these people? Is it just so we can make a check, or are we trying to make change in the world? Are we trying to affect the world in a certain way? Are we trying to put something out there that's beautiful? Like I'm talking like that passionate energy that gets you up in the morning. You don't see that your team is motivated or has that, and your next step is to help motivate them. So I'm gonna zoom in here so you can see a little bit better. Okay, my camera is, we don't have all the light that we need, but I wanted you to be able to see these cards actually. So let's start with the top row. We've got reach out, control, solar plexus chakra, and lead. Let's start over here with reach out, being clarified by simply love. I don't know if you heard me just heavy sigh, but that's what the energy of this card is getting. Look at this lady. Imagine being the boss or the leader of many different people in either a corporation, or you like have your own small business, or you're just, you know, honestly, if you're a single mother, this not a single mother, but if you are a mother and you're teaching these kids, this is for you as well. If you this file is definitely for you if you have to teach these kids and you feel like you out here by yourself, y'all will never listen, da da da, like all the complaints that moms have. Or dads, but honestly, I'm used to moms having these complaints, but dads too. Dads could also be in this pile. If you're raising kids, this could be the same energy that you're feeling. This reach out card, I think this is a Three of Pentacles, but this is all about dealing with people who are on different levels. That's why I was talking about a child, but honestly, I feel like this is because we're talking about career. This could be in your actual work life, not necessarily your home life. But again, if you are a mom or dad, home life can be just like having another job, taking care of these kids. This is about dealing with people who are on different levels who might not understand things. Again, from that perspective of being the boss, and then you have all of these employees who are at different levels, like the entry level, the mid level, the professional. Everybody has their own goals and priorities, but you really want them to understand and see why they're doing the things that they're doing, like the importance behind it, so they could give it the care and attention that is required, instead of just going out here and just throwing things together or just doing things. Like even if you're at a fast food restaurant, like people are coming here because they don't feel like cooking. They want to be feel like they're being taken care of, feel like their food is good for them. They don't want to show up with people with attitudes, like, and you can see some of your employees who are just there for the check and they're not really putting the type of energy into it that you would like. And so this is you being frustrated because you have to deal with people who have been there for years and who have a certain attitude. People who have just gotten there got a certain attitude. You got to deal with people who they don't want to be there, or you have to deal with people who are kind of overzealous, maybe even doing a little bit too much, like all different kinds of energies of people. And that's why I had that heavy sigh, like there's so many types of you. How can we all get on the same page? It's kind of like that frustration of wanting everybody to be on the same page, but just not feeling like they are, and having all these different personalities. But this is being clarified by simply love. And look, it's even like a dad guiding and teaching a young son. I think one of the important things about working on a team or working with a different people, different types of people, or even being a leader on a team, is knowing your team and how they can be motivated. Knowing, of course, how they're motivated, what motivates them, why they are there, like really understanding your team members and not being frustrated for them being who they are, but understanding them for who they are, and then kind of tailoring the way that you lead and guide them to be something that really, really works for them. So like some of your team members are going to be motivated by like financial gains. Some of them are going to be motivated by like a change in rank or positions. Some will be motivated by your words. Some will be motivated by like if you have stars or something that you put on a board, and like recognition. Like everybody has their own different motivators, and you being able to really see them for who they are and not just kind of hoping and wishing that they were on the same level as you, knowing that they haven't put the same work in, so how can they be there? But guiding them and teaching them to be where you are. And then I love this because we have so many major arcana cards coming up in your reading. We've got control and move. Control, I want to say it's the strength card. Yep, it's 8. This is major arcana. And 7, move, I think it's the chariot. Hopefully I got those right. So strength and the chariot. So again, this is about knowing who is on your team, understanding that you're only as strong as your weakest link, I think. Yeah, you're only strong as your weakest link. That's how it goes. And you being the person who has the strength and the willpower to get everybody to work on the same page. Again, it's not going to be, you cannot, like, there's no one size fits all way to get everyone to work together and on the same team. But it is very important for you to understand the individuals who are on your team and how you can get them to work all together towards the same goals. So whether or not that is you, and this is not going to be you like just saying, do what I say because I said so. Like that's not going to be the way that works. It's going to be you working with them, you imparting the knowledge the best way you can. Again, this clarity of belief. This person's got their hand on their heart. It's like they're pledging allegiance. Like this means so much to me. Like even if it's you being vulnerable and sharing that, and not just one time, not just giving a speech to the whole group of everybody and thinking, oh, now they're going to be motivated because I talked to them one time. But it's about you not only talking about it, but being about it. So once you see things that are not in alignment, let's go. I'm going to pull you aside. I'm going to talk about this, or let me understand why you're doing it this way instead of the way that we discussed it should be done. Like, you really being hands-on. That's why I see this control or this strength card. And then the move is like, I am going to help you, like physically, not even physically, but I kind of feel the energy of you like pulling a rope. When it's like tug of war, you're pulling those people towards you because you want them to, like, you want them to come towards the truth, to come towards these beliefs or the light, whatever, like however it is that you really want those people to believe and understand about the bigger picture. It's like you're pulling them there forcefully, like you are sitting there by their side, like this Simply Love card. You are guiding them because they cannot, it's not that they can't do it on their own, but why would they? They really need guidance to do it this way. They need motivation to do it this way. Like, why? Why would they? Give them a reason. And this is you doing that. This is you like kind of being that person who is looking over them and guiding them. It's giving father figure. Again, this could be moms and dads with the kids. This could be the new step of you, especially if your kids are getting older and they're wanting like more independence. You being there, like guiding them more towards the way. This is, of course, the direction in which you wish them to go. But again, you are pledging allegiance on your heart. So this is stuff that is really close to your heart. It's really important to you. You're really trying to impart those beliefs to them. Then we have solar plexus chakra with coming together. Again, solar plexus, that is your third chakra. That's your, tummy, that confidence and strength. Like, these two cards to me go together perfectly. But this is you using your willpower and your strength to help people come together. And this is not like force. Again, it's not force, but it's putting in the energy, putting in the effort, like moving forward to help people move forward in that direction. And it's not that you can't really sit back and just wait for them to come and catch up with you. You got to put in the work. That's really what I keep seeing here. Put in the work, keep imparting that energy. It's all about coming together. Like, look at these two cards. Giving the same energy, but just different, what is it called? Different ways of doing it. This dad, it looks like he's just begun, and in this instance, it still feels like a dad. I don't know, because it kind of looks like a girl here, but I'm not sure. I'm going to say a dad and a son. In this instance, they are coming together. They have these shared beliefs. They have figured out how to like work in harmony together. Like the son can now do it on his own and not necessarily need so much oversight and looking over. And then we have lead and believe and succeed. So, lead, this is the Emperor card. Love it. Another major arcana. And then believe and succeed. It's like after you've put all that work and you've really helped these people learn and grow, it's kind of like they're getting the opportunity to stand on their own 2 feet. Believe and succeed. It's like the seeds that you sow into these people are going to be long lasting. So once they go out on their own, again, if we're talking about children, once they go out on their own, they're going to be able to not only, be competent in what they're doing, but they can impart this same knowledge onto someone else. It's kind of like you've passed on the torch to the next set of people, the next generation. That's, again, I was thinking about someone who is retiring. But anyway, pile 3, you are someone who has been here. You've been holding it down. You have all the knowledge, but the next generation, they're not on your they're not on the same wavelength. And it seems like it really, really frustrates you when you really want to teach them and help them to come to that middle ground. It's like we're all at different levels. I really want to get everybody on the same level, on the same page. How can I do that? How can I impart this information? This is you using your willpower and strength, your influence to help them and guide them to the right way to go. Again, children, or if you're retiring, the people who are coming after you, you just want them all to understand. It's like this, making sure that their minds are in the right places, what's going to assist them as they're moving forward. So if they want to create this for themselves, if they want to continue the legacy, they're going to need to understand the whys behind everything. Why are we here? Why do we push this button in this order? We don't just push the button. We understand why we're pushing the button, and then we push the button. Like, it's more complicated than that. Why is the process? Why do we have to do it like this? Why do we have to check 3 times? Like, why is it important? and you really imparting that kind of information rather than saying do it and do it like this. Like, this is a more of an explanation to help people get on the same page. And I think so many times when people understand the underlying or back, like the behind the scenes information, oh, we do it like this because of this. Because if this team doesn't do that, then this other team is going to end up being messed up and being off, and it's going to put us behind on this day, on this date. We're going to be delayed here. And if this person hits this button wrong or does it too soon, then this doesn't happen. And, like, just helping people to understand the whys behind things is really going to help the team to come together. You won't feel so alone, feeling like you're putting your all into it and people are putting a little into it. They literally do not have your perspective, and they don't understand. They just don't understand why is it so important. It seems easy to them, but if you help them, if you guide them, if you help them come up to your level, then they can start thinking like you. But you kind of have to lead and guide them, and that's why I keep seeing the control in the solar plexus. So pile 3 for you, that is your next step, your next challenge for you to learn how to do that for other people. And if you're feeling this way, if you're a parent or anything like that, then good luck to you. This seems like a really fun thing to do, though, to from your heart show people and help them understand what's going on. Okay, pile 3, that's your reading.